All right, yogis. Yeah, last class in Italy for now. Got my bug spray here, just in case, because it's the time of the day that they all come out. A block, maybe a towel. I've got a strap here, but you know, we can always work around not using props. And let's come into a seated position and just kind of use the seated position, the stillness to close the chapter of the day. Like go like, okay, the day's been the day, the work has been the work. Big sigh, let it be there. Now we are here. So come into the seat and come into the stillness. Close your eyes. And then can you observe your subtle energy? I often try to observe the beating of my heart. When the beating of my heart is quite dominant and fast and it almost feels a little bit tight here around the heart, maybe because we've been running around or we've been, you know, dealing with deadlines and phone calls and emails, then subtly the deeper layers of yourself just need to also unwind, and it takes a little bit of time. The breath is also a good indicator. How easy is it this evening to slow down and deepen your breath? How many counts is your inhale? How many counts is your exhale? And can you start to expand and lengthen and deepen those breaths? Maybe create a little bit of, let's say, stillness after the storm, whatever you've been dealing with today. Let it be, it's in the past. And let your breath be your anchor into the body, into this current present moment. Let's take a couple more rounds of breath. And then we may place the hands in front of the heart, a gesture of your own beautiful uniqueness and the connectiveness that exists amongst us. I've been reading a very beautiful book, and I'll put it in our WhatsApp group. And the book is all about authenticity. Our journey in life is in the end just to find your own authenticity and balance that with the dance of society and fitting in and all of that. So let's celebrate our uniqueness, but at the same time also the fact that we are one human race. You may set your intention or dedication, and it's a pleasure to spend this time, this quality time for your body and mind and heart on our mats. We may bow our head towards our fingertips to seal it in. And yes, the spine, let's start in a little bit of a heart opener, a little bit of a back bend, a block and or 2 blocks, maybe even. Your block is going to go under your heart. I like to use the strap of my bra as a reference. So you'll probably need something for your head as well. So you can come and feel if the bottom of the block where my hands are is around the height of the bra. And then it should be in the middle as well. And then it's right below the center of the heart. So you're really opening the chest, and the second block or your towel, it can be there so your neck doesn't hang backwards. Oh, I've got the pleasure of looking out up in the sky. So depending on where you are, you can either close your eyes and just go inwards, or look at the sky and maybe find something nice to look at. Palms facing up, also just really opening into the collarbones. And it's nice to come into a hip opener here with the soles of the feet to touch. If that doesn't feel right to you today, maybe your lower back is a bit sensitive, then you can bring your feet as wide as the mat and let the knees knock in towards each other. Obviously, somewhere halfway, you can also change that if it doesn't feel right. In our yin practice, we stay. We practice stillness, being comfortable with the uncomfortable, being, just being, not having to do anything. And the longer holds allows us to stretch deeper into connective tissue. I just feel I want to go a little higher, so I'm going to go one higher. You can go higher and lower, but once you've settled in, yeah, that feels good today. Once you've settled in, we normally try to just stay still. Your lungs are being stretched open fully here on the front. So really feel them up. Let the chest rise and fall. Soften the jaw. I was definitely going to share this book that I'm reading with you. It's given me so many little insights. Not really a study book. It's a lady that writes about her relationship with her sister, but really she's very knowledgeable. I've never heard of her. My mom gave me the book, so I'll share it with you. When you read lovely books like that are just filled with little, her journey and her wisdom in the relationships and the journey of life, and you're like, wow, this is so beautiful. One of the things that I read today, first of all, was that authenticity piece, that we're all looking towards just being ourselves as much as we can, feeling safe to express, to be 150% ourselves. And then there's the conditioning, the shoulds, the having to obey rules of society, and that beautiful dance. That is a lifetime journey. And the beautiful thing is that she also mentioned that it has no end. It's not like tomorrow you wake up and like, okay, that's me. I now know it's going to stay like this. I'm done. I'm happy. This is me. No, because life changes, you changes. So, and for me, it was a big thing because, as you know, that whole piece of uniqueness and searching who you are and wanting to be close to your own truth, it's very, very important. I talk about it quite a lot. I think my journey with the yoga is also linked to that. And that made me realize that maybe sometimes I can just let go a little bit of that because it will never stop. There's no ultimate finish line in that journey. Take a couple more rounds of breath here. Letting that fresh oxygen fill up the lungs. Working quite a lot with the spine. Because yes, the back is important, but in the end, it's, the back bends, the forward folds, the twists, and the side bends. It's all connected. Sometimes when we feel some stickiness in a specific area, it is actually caused by tension or maybe resistance in another area of the body quite close by, or maybe further removed. It can even be emotional baggage that we hold on to in our cells, in our muscles, tension. Stay with the breath. And then from here, bring your hands to the back of your head and lift your own head. Bring your chin to your chest and try to look at your belly button, stretching the back of the neck. And then roll onto the side of your blocks. Ah, nice. And then gently, slowly press yourself up and away sideways. I haven't even told you, girls, some exciting news. Yesterday, Nadia, our online yogi, told me she booked and she's coming. She's gonna come to the retreat. It's incredible. She spontaneously booked the ticket and she's gonna be here in Sardinia on Saturday. So I'm very exciting. I was actually just thinking how much I would love for you to be here. One day. Let's keep it on our list. Okay, let's now bend our spine in the other direction into a child's pose, more of a rounding. And let's add on a lovely opening for the armpits and the heart. I only have one block, but I know that my elbows fit on the block. If you're a little broader, you might need 2 blocks, or you could use 1 or 2 rolled up towels just to give yourself a little bit more width. The knees are wide, the hips are on the heels and they stay there. And then it's a puzzle to find the right length. So I normally just use 1 elbow and then see how far I can slide the block forward without lifting the hips. Yeah, I see Emma already knows where we're going. Good. Both elbows are on the edge of the block. And then the head might actually either land on the block if you're a bit more forward, or if it fits, the head might fit through. And then I have even used the head to press the block even further away. Quite strong in the shoulders. This is such a nice shape because we're actually moving and creating space in the hips and in the shoulders and sides of the rib cage. Quite a safe space for the lower back. And I like to pretend here that my armpits are nostrils. So like you can bring in air through the nostrils of your nose. Pretend that you can bring air in through the armpits. Filling up the lungs and relaxing the shoulders on the way. A sigh might just present itself and then just let it be there. It's also a way to just let go of something that might have been lingering today with you. You just go, okay, sigh it out, let it go. Doesn't serve anymore. And let it slide off you. How wonderful to be able to use your breath. Feel your breath. Notice as an indicator of either what's going on or just to use it as an anchor to stay here in the now, to stay with the sensations in the body. To even give your mind something to do, for the mind to just observe the breath rather than think all sorts of things. And it will wander, the mind will wander, and that's okay. Soften the jaw, soften the skin on your face. Notice the bit of space between the ribs of the rib cage when you breathe in. Not only on the front, can you also feel it on the sides of the body and the back of the body? The balloon filling up fully. And please know that if at any stage you have sharp pain anywhere, you just come out. You don't have to stay here. Maybe first try to see if you know, what kind of discomfort it is. There is an edge to these shapes. We meet the edge with kindness and with our breath as support. Couple more rounds of breath here. And slowly lift your head first. Gently, gently release the elbows. Oh, always find it quite a strong one. Now I'm going to turn around so I can show you. We're going to lie on our tummy. Hop, hop, hop. I would say to lie a little bit on the left side of the mat. And then the right knee slides up. Now, if your back is a little bit sensitive, you can just slide the knee a little less high. Just see where it wants to be for the lower back to be happy. And then we'll put our hands next to our bodies in a 90-degree angle. And then it's interesting. I've been observing how I sleep, and my neck is turned to the same side, specifically when I sleep on my belly, for like 8 hours or 6 hours. So I try to do the other side, and I always forget which side I do. So let's today just turn our face to the left now. No, to the left. Sorry, I'm turning my face away from you. You can turn to the left, I'll turn to the right, so I can see you and see if anything is up. And then just soften and breathe into the lower belly here. So there's a bit of space in front of the lower part of specifically on the right side. Can you blow up that belly? Can you really fill up that belly? Fill up the balloon. Diaphragmatical breathing. A little bit of effort to breathe in. And just the opening of the mouth to just let the air escape and soften and breathe out. Feel free to close your eyes, soften the shoulders. And breathe in through the nose, and if you can, out of the mouth. The exhale can be longer than the inhale as well, to really slow down your central nervous system, to come into that rest and recovery mode. For the central nervous system to understand that that is also a possibility. We don't have to run and do and fight flight mode constantly. Allowing yourself to be, to rest, to recover, to restore. Soften your toes, which will soften into the ankles, calves, knees, and hips. Let the belly button press into the floor, press into the mat, which creates space in the other side, in the lower back side. Notice that. Maybe you can feel that when the belly is full, There's also more spaciousness around the lower back. What can you relax on the next exhale? We'll stay still. If you're listening to the music, enjoy. Otherwise, listen to the sounds of nature if you're in nature, or the sounds of your own breath. One more minute here. It's around 10 to 12 rounds of breath. A gentle twist of the spine. A twist into the neck. A possibility to belly breathe. To connect with the floor, the mats. To feel grounded and safe. 5 more rounds of breath, about, depending on how fast you breathe and how fast you count. Slowly bring your hands under your shoulders and lift your head. And then you can come and roll onto your back. Do you both, I can't see you now, do you both have a strap? Anna has a strap. Okay, cool. I'll just have to remember. It's going to be fun because next week Anna's going to come here and she's also going to be teaching some of the yin classes. And she always, when I do her classes with, I'm like, oh yeah, I had forgotten about that. So you can, and I know this is one of hers. I did this with her when I was in Belgium. I was like, whoa, that's strong. So we're going to do the banana asana, which is a nice side bend. But we're going to add on the dog. We're going to add on the strap. Someone wants to do yoga. So we'll start with the hips over towards the right. Let me just, you're going to place. I'll just have to think how she did it. Yeah, that's how. Did she do it on the other? No, this side. Yeah, so you can put your strap around your right foot. Your left foot is going to come over. So you're lying on the right side of the mat. The left foot crosses over if you want to watch. And then you can actually, with the right hand, hold on to the belt. Shimmy your body. Oh, my watch will be here forever. Shimmy your body over towards the left, so we're in that banana shape. And there comes the trick. Now you can make this stronger or less strong by using your left hand, this one, and press the belt away. Ooh. So that's kind of up to you. So we're first in that fully, this is already quite strong. So if you don't want to use your left hand and just use that right hand overhead, I find it quite nice. It gives you a sense of tension on the right side and the left side. What you could also do Let me start our timer. What you could also do is start off like this. You know that when we are here for a longer period of time, that the fascia starts to stretch. And then later on, if you feel like, oh, now I'm feeling more spacious, you can always add that little press of the left hand into the belt. You don't have to do this. I think it's also the first time we do this. So just figure it out. And then notice how much length there is on the right side of the body. Some feel is more around the armpits. Some feel is more around the rib cage. I feel it quite strongly here. Just, yeah, I would say around the pelvis, like where the fascia hugs around from the front, from like say the hip flexors around towards the bum. That's where I feel it strongest. It's always a space of tension, or often a space of tension, not always. Keep your head quite straight so the nose is either pointing up, or if it starts to tilt a little over towards the left, that's okay. My watch keeps falling off my chest. Then I can't feel it vibrate. Cool. And then breathe so that right lung is nicely stretched. Make sure your feet are relatively relaxed. So, you know, the belt around that right foot is not flexing. I hope it's not pulling in any ways in your ankle. Make sure, you know, you don't feel any extreme sensations around the ankle as if you're like twisting your ankle. But let the toes be quite relaxed. Sure, I find this quite strong. Breathe towards any place of resistance in the body. If it's too strong, you can also let go of the belt. Huh? We are halfway. Option is to use your left hand, kind of hook, so the belt is sitting in between your thumb and your index finger, like a little cup. You don't have to press it far away. You'll feel like, whoa, okay, that is intensifying the sensations on the outside of the on the right side of the body. Let the breath be there to calm you down. In through the nose, out of the mouth. Soften the jaw. Couple more rounds of breath here. Try to soften into the resistance. Just be with the edge if an edge presents itself. It's temporary. The fact that there is some resistance there means that maybe it's good. Try to relax your buttocks. So I actually noticed just now, I'm saying that because I noticed that in order to almost compensate for the strong sensations I feel on the right side of the body, I started to clench my buttocks together. Relax, relax the body as much as you can. All right. Start by letting go of the belt and kind of just go, whoo, flop onto the mat. And then you gently lift the right leg. Oh, move your head back to center. Cool variation, hey, but quite strong. La 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 la. Bend the knees. Come into a symmetrical shape. So slowly just move. And let's do a supported bridge pose. I need to just get my block. If you need to get a prop, move gently and slowly. Time we have a sip of water as well. Roll onto your back first. It's the safest to get into our supported bridge pose. If you have a towel, you can also use that instead. These are actually my favorite blocks. They're nice and big. So you decide the height, medium height, lower height. Just see what works for you. Feet are hip width apart. Oh yes, yum. Under the sacrum. Now less is more, as we have spoken about before many times. Emma and think Emma and I, we love that expression. We've spoken about it many times. So the ego and the mind sometimes wants to go high, but then the body and the heart just starts to resist. It's too much. So notice if you can relax, if you can smile, if you can breathe freely, if you feel that the block is really letting your body be rest on top of it, rather than the muscles engaging, trying to hold on to this shape. And then with your mind's eye, pay attention to your big toes and the balls of the big toes. They are in the floor. And in your mind, for most of us in our mind, it feels like we're pigeon toeing. That means that you're not Charlie Chaplin, so the feet are not like a duck out to the side, let's say. But often when you don't think about it, and then that's what the feet do, and that opens up the hip. So it's so even okay to turn the toes a little inwards. And then just tell your hips, your hip flexors, your psoas, your lower back to let go, to be heavy. It's so, I don't know if it works for you, but when I tell my hips, be heavy, like be heavy on the block, let the block carry you, let the block carry the weight. There's a sense of woof, of surrender, of just letting my body rest here. It's very subtle. And then, oh, stay with the breath. Every time I do this shape, I can hear my body tell me, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's strong in certain parts, in certain days. But my intuition is telling me that this is a good shape for the tension that exists around the hip flexors. There's eye joints, the lower back, the psoas. It's an inversion as well, a heart opener. Just yummy, yummy, yumminess. Stay with the breath. A sigh is always welcome, always lovely. He actually was the fact that your chin is a little close to your throat also stimulates your thigh ropes. Make sure your neck is happy. And breathe, 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 breathe. Relax your buttocks. I'm telling myself that just as much as I'm telling you. Around 6 more rounds of breath here. I hope you're enjoying this, or at least also your body is enjoying this as much as my body is. Very grateful to be in this shape. I can feel it. And not every shape is the same for everyone. Maybe you're like, what you talking about? It's like super easy. I don't feel anything. It's okay. We're all different. We hold on to tension in different parts of the body. The mind, the body, the heart, the spirit, it's all connected. All right, it's time to engage our muscles. So press into the feet as if you want to stand up, let's say. And then bring your hand to the block. And let's slowly bring the vertebrae of, hello, puss. A little, oh, I'm not supposed to say puss. It's so funny. Puss is actually cat in Dutch. So I wasn't saying anything weird there. Let the knees knock in towards each other. My husband always loves that is when the kids of my sister talk about our cats. It's POES in Dutch. It means cat. All right, let's just let the body relax. I actually saw Emma's cat, that's why. I'm speaking so many different languages at the moment. It's confusing in my head. Between Italian and Dutch a little bit. Just a bit of a rebound. Let's take 3 more rounds of breath. And then we gently roll onto a side. And then back onto your tummy. Oh la la. I'm going to be facing the other side so I can show you. Actually, you know where to go. I like to watch you. Where am I going to go? Yeah, no, I'm going to go this way. So on your tummy, on the right side of your mat, with the left knee up. And then you guys turn your face towards the right side. I'll do the opposite. I'll look at you to see if we are still connected, if we are still together in our beautiful practice here. So sometimes when we practice Yana, we put our hands on our tummy to really practice that belly breath. Now you don't need to put your hands because the mat is there. There is contact with your belly and the floor. And can you feel the belly up? I think this time of the year, the sunset is around the same time in Italy or in Europe and in South Africa, because Emma, it seems like you're also in the golden hour. The light is beautiful in your garden. Stay with the breath, soften the tongue. Maybe remind yourself of your intention. The reason you come to the mat, what you want to invite into your life or maybe let go of. Very private, because it's you on your path of finding your authenticity. I love that word today. Your authentic you. Sounds so cliche, but it's actually quite big. There's your family, your friends, your sisters, your brothers, your parents. They have all had an impact on you. So it can be confusing when you disagree. But also in the confusion, we can find ourselves and stand for something that is important to us. And the beautiful thing is that we don't have to agree. Soften the toes. That will have a ripple effect into the ankles, the calves, the knees, the thighs, the hamstrings, the hip, the lower back, the spine, the shoulders, everything soft. And when the mind wanders, just observe. Often the mind goes to a space of things from the past, either digesting, oh, I said that, I did that. What did I think? Did I do the right thing? Or just nice memories can also be. And otherwise, the mind often goes into the future, planning exciting things or even worrying about certain things. It's very natural. And specifically when it's a bit too overwhelming at night, even try to just go back to the breath, do a breathing exercise, or even at work or anytime, your breath is there. That's the beautiful thing. It's always there for you. Two more rounds of breath here. And bring your elbows under your chest. Roll onto the back. Make sure you've got your belt close by. You can lie on the right side, left side of the mat, excuse me, left side of the mat. The belt goes around the left foot with your loop. You walk your feet over towards the right side. You can cross the left foot on top of the right. And we're going to create that beautiful banana by walking your upper body over towards the right side. And then the left arm comes overhead. Find a tight grip. So for me, I like to have the palm facing up, just as an open armpit. And I'll let you know, you can already start to increase by pressing the right hand into the belt. You can also do that at a later stage, or just leave it as it is. It's all good. So the next time, I actually want to see on Thursday, because here in Sardinia in the retreat, we do yin every day from around 4:30 to 6:30. We have a long meditation and long shavasana and around, yeah, quite a nice long practice. So I'm wondering, I'll check with Anne, maybe on Thursday, we can time it in a way that you guys can join from 5 to 6, or even from 5 to 6:30 if you have time. Let me think about it. I don't want to promise it, but they have Wi-Fi there at the villa, so then you can do, if we are at the villa, because sometimes we do it on the beach as well. I'll let you know, and otherwise, so next week I'll be sending some links because I'll be teaching for the retreat. And the week after, I'll be back at my parents, and then we can have our live sessions again. We'll wake up my parents nice and early, or Monday and Tuesday, and then I'll be back home. It's been fun to take you with. Kind of a connection back to South Africa. It's lovely to continue connecting with you all. Breathe into that left side of the body. Whew, a yawn, a sigh, a yawn, it's all okay. We're halfway. So if you want to add your right hand and add a little bit more tension, you may. You don't have to. feels like this side for me is less intense, or maybe I'm not exactly in the same position, but I feel I am. So maybe there's more tension on the right side. That's okay. Just an awareness. It often happens in yin. You're like, hey, feel similar, but not exactly the same. I guess also in order to, maybe with a philosophy, in order to find your authentic self, that self-development and all. Emma does a lot of it. I think Hannah does as well. Question your beliefs, question the system of your country. I mean, you don't have to disagree. Put a question mark behind things. Like, really, does that come from me, or does it come from something that is part of my culture, part of my family? We don't immediately have to go rebel against it, but just the awareness of going, let me just question that and see if I agree, or if I have different beliefs now. We don't have to convince others either that our beliefs are better. That their journey is our journey, their authenticity. I find it quite an interesting topic. I'll be journaling about that tomorrow morning, I think, or maybe later. Each to his own. We all have our own things, our own battles, our own things that we find important. And the more I think we find our own authenticity, the more we can also accept that other people have their own authenticity, Yeah, this definitely feels less intense because we're already. Maybe you're like, oh, I can't wait to move out. Oh no, well, maybe when I move out, I feel it's quite intense. Ichi, uchi, achi. Bit of yin drama on the mat. Move out nice and slow. Find a symmetrical shape. And then we just do a short leg of the wall. You can use your belt. We won't stay here for long. Just to let the legs drain a little. And the next shape will be our Shavasana. Nice to see you, Emma. I've missed you. It was lovely to have you. And Hannah always as well. So we'll be in touch on the app. I'm going to leave you in Shavasana, ladies. I don't know. It looks like Emma is in the outside in such lovely sunlight. I love seeing your feet. Looks happy feet, Hannah. Looks like we've got happy feet up in the air. Yeah. Wiggle those toes. Amazing. Let your feet dance. Let your feet dance. Let your toes be happy. The mosquitoes are coming. Use this time after class to slowly maybe write something down or meditate with it after your Shavasana. Keep that soft, calm, grounded energy with you. I was looking forward to seeing you. All day I was like, yay. Tonight we get to connect again, even though it's online. Let's bend the knees, move the belt to the side. If you have something to cover your eyes, could be a towel or even your body if it's getting chilly. And then just extend one leg to the one corner of the mat, the other leg to the other corner of the mat. Take a deep breath in, fill up the chest, fill up the belly, everything full of air. Hold it at the top. Feel how your whole upper body and belly is kind of expanded. And then open the mouth and let the air escape. And everything sinks with gravity back towards neutral. Two more like that, fill up. Nice and slow. When you're full, hold. Without too much pressure building at a certain moment, you just let the air escape. The balloon empties. And the last time, breathe in. Hold at the top. And then now when we release, tell every cell in your body to relax, to be heavy and to be still. Shavasana. Enjoy the peace of quiet, girl. Sending so much love. Take good care of yourself. See you soon. Namaste.